Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the very first episode of Convos with the Cast. I'm your host, Brandon Whipple, the head of Sunbeam Productions. And basically what this show is going to be, it's going to be me interviewing former and current cast members about the projects we worked on together, projects we are working on together, and just having a nice conversation about everything. Right now, we are on all digital. Hopefully one day we'll get a recording studio and we could actually do some proper videos. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. This show is going to go on for a very long time because I don't see myself stopping making projects anytime soon. So our first guest is the incredibly fast, doesn't age at all, Jesse Allen. Jesse, how are you doing?
Hey, everybody. Doing well. How's everybody else doing?
Okay, this isn't live. We can't hear them.
I know. I'm just messing.
Yeah.
First time.
Also, are those all your medals in the back, or are those Thaddeus's?
I wish they were mine, but mine are tucked away in a tote. Those are
Okay.
Thaddeus's.
Okay.
Little brothers.
Loving the shirt, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Great shirt.
If you guys want a Sunday Production shirt, please let me know. Send me an email. The email will be in the description below.
Oh, yeah. You better get another shirt open then.
Well, if there's enough demand for it, we'll do another sale. We'll see. We definitely when I was doing that order form, it was like, okay, how many are you expecting minimum? I was like, oh, wow. Well, I'm thinking like 5. And so I set it to 5, and then it was like each shirt was gonna be $25. I was like, wow, that's a lot. And the higher you went for your minimum, the cheaper the shirts got. And so I was like, oh. So I set it to a point where the shirts are about $16. However, if you don't hit that minimum, you have to, the person who sets up the sale, has to pay back that amount that you didn't make.
Oh, man.
And so it was reaching toward the end of the sale, and I was like, oh, we're not going to make it. But we did. We actually cleared it very well. So
What was the numbers?
I'm not going to I'm not going to say that.
Oh, man. Well, my family, we ordered 5.
You guys ordered 5. You guys ordered 5. I myself bought like 2 shirts and a sweater. One shirt I was going to turn into like a tank top, but I haven't gotten the chance to do that yet. And then had some orders from some of my California castmates, so that was nice. So yeah, it was cool. I got merch. That's pretty sick. I never thought that would happen.
Oh yeah.
Sick. You make me want to put mine on. I'm just rocking this Marvel hoodie.
Hey, Marvel's life.
It's true.
It's good.
And it's cool. It has it has how the logo has like evolved over the years on the sleeves. And I was like, that'd be cool to do that with some new productions. But then I realized our logo hasn't evolved at all. It's pretty much been the same. So I was like, damn it.
You could do it by TV show, but I was gonna ask.
That'd be pretty sick. That'd be a lot. And also, what do I count the early ones? Because
I'd say you count all. You could do like the back of a sweater and just like start from the top to left and just keep on going.
There's a Marvel Studios shirt where it's like I have it, and it's like more than a fan, and like the A in fan is the Avengers logo, and on the back is all of like the MCU movies, like from Iron Man to Far From Home. But also there's some projects I've done where I'm like, I don't want to put that on a shirt. Which is a nice true. Which is a nice segue into my first question to you. A little bit of a quiz. What was your first project with me?
My first project with you, if I remember correctly, I was Agent Toot. I played. So in high school, I played the alto saxophone, and so yeah, I played "So What" in a
You
little
did.
cameo scene in the first FIA.
Yep.
I can't remember what the FIA, the first one was called, but it was the FIA.
It's called The FIA Rises. It was a
Rises. There we go.
each FIA episode was like almost like the title at least was a parody of like some other media. So obviously the FIA Rises was a spin on The Dark Knight Rises. The
That's
tones were completely different though.
Oh man,
that feels like so long ago.
it does feel like a long time. If
And
you look at myself like then, I look like a little kid.
you look a
I look
couple
like little
days
kid.
younger.
Couple days. They got a buzz cut in that one too.
You did. You were bald.
I remember right. It was like a buzz cut. So I was like, wow. I'm so glad I'm out of those stages.
Dude, literally me too. That was the first FIA shoot was an interesting one because we didn't really fully know what we were doing yet. You know? So like
we had a group of friends and we just
basically
together.
And I think, and I've probably talked about this in the director's commentary I did a year or so ago for FIA, but it's like 3 hours long. I would not anticipate anyone to listen to that all the way through, so I guess I'll just repeat it here.
I haven't even seen that.
See? And it's a side tangent, but man, that was so awful to record that because again, it's 3.5 hours of footage. Do you know how hard it is to be like interesting and entertaining for 3.5 hours? Like come up with like new like interesting stuff to say, like behind the scenes stuff when I barely remember it myself.
Yeah, I'm sure that was a challenge.
Yeah, but anyway, so the initial plan for FIA was to do a 3-part series and release it like our senior year in high school. And then I was getting so like ambitious. I was like, let's do like a prequel episode sophomore year, kind of setting it up. And then senior year we'll come back to it. And so if you like go and watch the behind the scenes for the first FIA, you will see like on our slates, it says FIA prequel. That's always what it was going to be. It was going to be a prequel. And then it wasn't until like towards the end of filming when I was like, yo, like we're going to release this and then wait a year and a half to release anything else. People are just going to forget about it.
Yeah.
They're like, what's this thing? Because I remember thinking I was going to end the prequel episode with FI will return in 2019. And releasing that 2017, people were like, oh, ooh. And with something so small, you can't really get away with that. So I was like, fuck it. Let's start releasing them now. And so what was going to be 3 episodes stretched out into 6 and then eventually into 8. And man, that was FIA was a project that I did. I don't think I've publicly said this yet, but I've kind of grown this almost resentment for it. Like there's just a lot of elements of that show that I don't like this. It did not the original story I had in mind was not what was released just because of and I won't name names. I'm not gonna throw anyone to the wolves, but there's definitely a lot of like having to like make compromises and work around other people's schedules and everything because everyone was like busy.
That's true.
I don't know how.
No, that's always a challenge. Like as bad, like you saying that, like see, like for everybody that doesn't know, I'm 2 years older than Brandon was, so we were in high school. I was a senior when he started this, and they were sophomores and everything. But like, I'll be honest, like when you guys were filming this and everything, it's like you gave like everybody the characters. It's like, man, I just have cameos. I actually like really wanted to have a part, but like it's just like, man, I won't be able to though.
I wish you could have, yeah, because you like if it was like you graduated, it wouldn't really be a problem. But you went on your mission in Utah, so we literally couldn't do
I
anything.
served as for those that don't know, I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So I served as a missionary for my church for 2 years. So I literally left, and I didn't keep in touch with a lot of people too often.
No, but that's
I was focused
fine.
on the Lord.
You see, that's what I would like to say too to all the people who I've lost contact with since high school. It's like, no, I'm focusing on the Lord, No, but FI was definitely just not what I envisioned it to be, and if I could go back, I would definitely make changes. But it's also like I'm grateful for it because of that. That's why I'm where I am now.
Mm-hmm.
And even that whole universe has grown so much. So now we have like Falcon Knight and Blue Phoenix, and we have some other ones coming up. And it's like I'm grateful for it for what it did, but it's like, man, that was awful.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. And so I'm gonna speak about this show as if no one's seen it because no one has. So what we did after how did it go? Okay. So we had a character in the first episode. His name was Agent Singlet. He was played by Ralph Young. And after the first episode, he left over, let's say, creative differences. and so I was like, oh, what are we going to do now? And so in episode 2, we had the main character, Director Furry, do like a video recreation of Singlet's death. And I was like, who can like play Singlet? Like a joke version of Singlet. I was like, let's get Jesse back in here to do it. So that was your second cameo, was playing Agent Singlet. And that was hilarious.
It was interesting. Oh man. You want me to explain, or you want? I feel like you should explain.
No, I've been talking a lot. You should totally explain this.
We were thinking like, oh, Ralph can't do it anymore. He can't play Agent Singlet. So it's like, what are we gonna do? We gotta kill him off. So like we like go through it, and it's like we're thinking how to kill this, but like we're still like high school students. So it's like we gotta keep it like school, like. It has to be able to play in school.
Yeah, if I decays this guy and like shot him in the face, I would not be able to get that posted on the Todd County Falcon.
Principal would be like, no. Nope. Principal would have shot that down.
Hammer would have been like, what the hell is this?
So we decided that I would get like the super duper worst wedgie possible. So like, here's me. I was like 150 pounds, and we got one of the pretty big lineman guys, and he was the one that gave me the wedgie. Jaden, my man.
And it was hilarious. Because I think FIA was most successful in its early days. That's when we had like the most like community engagement and like, a lot of reactions. People lost it during that scene, and we showed that in school. It was hilarious. But that gave birth to what would eventually be you kind of being like the Stan Lee of FIA, where you just have a cameo in every episode. And so I was very like I like to plan ahead. Even now I like to plan ahead. So I already had the episodes.
You planned ahead good.
Yeah, I had all the episodes written out. I knew exactly what was gonna happen. But then it didn't happen. So I worked in cameos in those episodes, and then we shot them all in 2017, and then I would just edited them in as the episodes would fully be filmed and they'd come out. There was one time I forgot to put your cameo in, and I was like the day before release, I was like, Jesse's cameo.
Oh no.
And it was for episode 5. And so if you watch it, the audio, like the clip before and after your cameo in episode 5, it's one continuous audio track. But since I forgot to put your cameo, I basically had to cut in the middle of it, throw your cameo in there. So the audio literally cuts off for your cameo, then it picks back up at the end. because it was just, your cameo was just thrown in there.
Yep. Oh,
But I guess, what was it like to see the scenes you shot in 2017 just come up over the course of the show? Like, did you forget any of them and they came up? You're like, oh, wow.
well, yeah, I'll admit, like, so as I serve like as a missionary for a church, they like us to truly like really stay focused. So like we kind of like disattach from like social media and like literally everything. So like when I was like serving as a missionary from 2017 to 2019, I actually didn't like. I'll admit, like I sneak peeked it, but I never actually watched like fully all of them. So like after I came home, I watched like a bunch of them, and I like a lot of them came back to memory. I was like, oh yeah, we did that one. But yeah, like there was the saxophone, there was the wedgie. There's that time where I just fell over for some random reason.
See, that one didn't make it, that one didn't make it in.
Oh,
That was
that
the
one
one I
didn't make it.
didn't
There's
use.
that
Yeah.
ice cream one that
Yeah,
didn't
ice
make
cream.
it either.
No, ice cream made it in. Ice cream was in there. Because that was your
Oh wait,
cameo in 3.
that was. Hey, the ice cream was good though. Starlight. Go to Starlight.
We're not plugging Starlight. They don't sponsor this podcast. Take
Nobody
back that
knows.
comment.
That's a only Todd County res. Rosebud res.
I think, and a lot of your cameos, obviously we shot with the original storyline in mind, but as they progressed, it obviously changed. And so a lot of the plot points and scenes in FIA were kind of structured around your cameos. So the one specifically I can remember is your cameo in episode 6, where it's like you come out from behind a pillar and you're like, hey, can I join a team? And everyone's like, no. And then he's like, oh, okay. Because that was originally shot for what was gonna be our like Civil War episode. It was gonna be the team was split in 2, and they're like, hey, they had opposing views and whatever. I don't remember the specifics. That cameo was like your character be like, hey, can I join a side? And they're like, no. But then as it evolved, we scrapped that. And so I kind of had to turn it into an episode 6, the teams all together, and that they were going to break up into different teams to go do different objectives. And that's when you come out and you're like, can I join a team? And so, yeah, like a lot of those scenes were structured around your cameos. And then a couple of them just worked. Like your cameo in episode 7 is you walking down the hallway and you kind of turn around and look and you keep going. That just happened to work for the scene. I was like, where can I, because I had a couple of cameos I didn't use yet. I was like, where can I fit in a Jesse cameo? And then we were filming in that hallway. And I was like, here we go. It's right there.
Yep.
But my favorite cameo that you did was the Flash one.
Hands down favorite.
It reveals that you have super speed. And I think it's so cool because that gave birth to Blue Phoenix and that whole concept. Without that cameo, because I get people who don't know, in high school, Jesse is I don't know, fast as hell. And so we called him the Flash.
I think you started that.
I'll take credit. That was me. But
I'm pretty sure you started.
And then it just caught on.
Yep.
And then so we were like, would it be so funny if we did like a Flash cameo in the show where it shows that you have super speed? And it was supposed to be just like a joke. Like everyone's like, oh, it's Jesse, he's super fast. But then in development of the Blue Phoenix show, I was like, yo, what if the whole family has superpowers? And because Jesse had some already.
Yep.
So that was cool. And I remember I told you, I was like, dude, we'll shoot it, but I don't know if I'll be able to do the special effects. Like, we'll see where my editing skills are in 2 years, but I don't know. Luckily, I was able to do it. And I guess that could bring me to my next question. Did you ever anticipate returning to that role? Like, did you think
When
he
we
would come
filmed it,
back?
no. Because at that point, it was just like all cameos. So it's just like, yeah, he's gonna do this project. He's gonna finish before I get home. So it's gonna be done. So I just had cameos. But when he did tell me the news, it's like, ooh, I like
And
it.
for those unaware, that news being Jesse will be returning as Agent Toot, I guess, in Blue Phoenix 3.
Agent 2 was my cover. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. For real, nobody wanted me on their team. They would have won.
We probably would have. The FI get their ass kicked in episode 7. If we had a speedster, could change the whole thing.
Those
But also
lightsaber scenes.
But also you were there. You were fully there and aware of what was going on.
True. That is very true. Wasn't there that weird cameo when I was in the bathroom stall?
That was episode 5.
Yep. We had the lights off, right?
Lights on initially, then someone turned the lights off on you.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We filmed. Yeah.
Also, I would love to point out that in that scene, your pants are not down. You're just sitting on the toilet.
Yes. Nope. Wasn't realistic, but maybe I was just on my phone.
I just was. You were also making a poop face, though.
You had to pretend, man.
Also, FI was not realistic at all. So,
very true.
So I guess this is kind of going back to a point I made earlier. Did you see this series / universe kind of like evolve into what it is now back then? Like, did you anticipate this? I guess you kind of already answered it, but you just thought it was going to be over.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be over. Because, like, I was still there when you said, like, because I was there, like, I mean, me and Brandon were, like, best buds. Like, we started being, like, pretty much best friends in his sophomore year, so when everything was going on. So he always, like, talked through the process. So I heard the 3. Then I heard he was going to do so much more because, like, he filmed all the cameos with me so I could be in each one. So, like, I knew there was going to be a lot, but, like, I never thought, like, you keep on going. I thought you just move on to another project or something.
I think I might have emailed you when Blue Phoenix was coming to fruition.
That is true. Like, you did. And, like, oh, man, I was like, ooh, Blue Phoenix. So I looked it up as, like, because I knew about – because Falcon Knight, I heard about that one, too. You talked about that one.
Yeah, that was in development from, like, the early days.
Yeah. But Blue Phoenix came out of nowhere, my little brother, Thaddeus Allen. And I saw it, I was like, when I watched that, I was like, he was a perfect one for it.
Dude, it's so good.
He was perfect for it.
And are you excited for Blue Phoenix 3?
Ooh. I'll admit, when we filmed that teaser trailer, that was fun. I liked filming that teaser trailer.
We made you run like sprint half a mile.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so people, story time. So, like, when I was on my mission, I did not stay. So I was still somewhat in shape, but I was definitely not long distance and, like, running for long periods of time shape, especially sprinting. Because we wanted this to be realistic. So I sprinted the first couple of times. But, like, we filmed that. Like, how many times did we film that? Probably 4.
Quite a few, because, like, cars kept passing by, making the footage unusable. So.
Yep. I hate cars. Cars are horrible.
Especially when filming.
Yes. That happens, like, every time we're filming on a road, a car passed by. Literally every time. And
we'll talk about this a bit more in depth later, but it happened in Decays too.
Yep. But no, like, I really loved that teaser trailer. And, like, it's just really sets that. Like, I'm excited to do that with my little brother and to see where that goes.
It just sets the tone. And we can't go into specifics, but you know the story, and it's going to be really good. And
yeah,
it's like, I say this with each one. This might be the best one we've done.
For real. Well, I mean, you are getting better equipment each time.
This is true.
So like it probably is.
We start filming that soon, actually. Like
Yep.
maybe like next month after that.
Yeah. No, that'd be good. Next month. Man, me and Thaddeus better get on the ball.
I know you guys
Oh dang.
working out.
Hey, you said it'd be 100% real in this podcast. So like everybody, I'm officially uncle again. Just got the message.
Woo!
My sister-in-law had the baby. Hoorah.
Yeah.
I'll admit, I forgot his name. I feel horrible.
Wow.
But hey, there's a healthy baby boy. Hoorah.
But you and Thaddeus need to start your superhero training.
Oh, that is true. Back on track. Yep. Oh, yeah. I need to get the lines down too. I read through it a couple times, but I definitely haven't practiced the lines yet.
It's fine. You got a while. I guess right now we're gearing up to shoot Thunderbird.
That's true.
We're actually, and then this obviously will not be. By the time this comes out, this won't be true. But we're beginning filming next week or this weekend.
This weekend, nice.
This weekend we're starting. I am meeting with Foster tomorrow. We're gonna go over some details, and it's gonna be dope. I'm very excited for that. I wrote that script in a night. And that night was
how long is this night?
That night was about 2 days ago.
Okay. Dang.
So like I got work because basically what we were trying to do is we're trying to film that in the Black Hills when like the leaves start changing colors. And I got messages saying, hey, the leaves are changing colors. I'm like, oh shit. And this wasn't like I fully did not know what was gonna I had a very good idea of what the script was gonna look like, what was gonna happen. I just needed to get it on paper. Yeah. So I was like, shit, we're filming this weekend in less than 7 days, and I don't have a script. So I sat down and grinded out a script in like 6 hours or so.
6 hours, wow.
Yeah, and it's good. I'm not trying to like hype myself up or anything, but it's a good script. So,
oh, that's sweet. Were you drinking Red Bulls or something with that?
I was drinking these bubblers. We're not sponsored.
Oh, the bubblers.
Yeah. So that was a night. I think I texted a couple people. I was like, help. I have to do this.
If you texted me, sorry, I was asleep.
You definitely, yeah. But I've sent it to the actors. I think they like it. So I'll get Foster's input more tomorrow. And I think it's going to be really, has nothing to do with you, but it's fine. This script is going to be pretty cool because it's about half of it is in Lakota.
Hey, wow, that's cool. Yeah. That's really awesome.
So it's like this big culture, like my first like very cultural project. So I'm excited.
No, that's going to be awesome. I feel like you'll get a lot of positive feedback from your hometown.
But also there's like, I don't want to get too much into it and without having to spoil anything. There's a lot of like my own personal beliefs and views on the Lakota community that are kind of like embroidered in the story, and it's like big themes. Yeah. And I don't know. It might piss some people off, but I also think a lot of people are going to really dig what we're doing. So like it's definitely very, again, cultural, and I took a lot of influence from like old like stories and myths and everything. But it's going to be pretty cool. I'm excited to do it. Well,
you can't make everyone happy. Haters gonna hate.
True. It's true. Art is subjective. Speaking of pineapples, that was my worst transition. So our most recent project, and easily our most successful
Mhm.
was Decays. It's time
Yeah.
to talk about this. So what were your initial thoughts on like Decays and the script and everything? And like when I first approached you about this.
Uh, well, I remember like even like my senior year, like senior or junior, I remember you always kind of talked about like you were writing like these like scripts and stuff for like zombies and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you're like you had your own spin on it and everything. So like I always remember like I thought this was gonna be like far out in the future though. Cause I remember like you were talking about, I was like, yeah, you want to be a part of it? I was like, hey, if I'm available, I'm down. So I get home and he's like, hey, let's do it. It's like, whoa. I was
You
like,
see,
all right. I'm like, I'm down.
and when I was writing those in high school, I told myself, I was like, I don't want to adapt these now. Otherwise, they're gonna be awful, like FIA quality.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I want to hold off for at least 10 years before I do anything with these.
Yeah.
But then COVID happened. And I was in my first semester of online classes, I guess half semester, and I was going crazy. I was like, I need to work on something other than this bullshit.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to do something kind of like apocalyptic and everything. I was like, what can I do? I just write a whole new script. Like, what do I do? And then I went, dude, you have DKs. You have these characters you've been writing for
Yeah.
6 years. Do something with these. But the original story of DKs is so bananas. Like it's insane. And we would not be able to
You're
adapt
ready
that
for
at
like the
all.
actual,
Yeah.
you're ready for like the actual like cameras, like actual actors, like your scripts are ready.
Yeah, they were insane. Nothing we could
Yep.
pull off right now. And so I was like,
Yep.
okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these characters and basically put them in like a reboot slash like just new scenario, and we'll take it from
Yep.
there. So it was like I don't want to call it, I guess it is technically a budget DKs, but it did very well. Like
Yeah.
it's definitely like the story and just like the feelings you feel while watching it. It's up there with the original script. It's just like definitely the action's toned down quite a bit.
Yeah. No, that's true.
And I don't know, that was just such a cool project.
No, I had a lot of fun with that one. We had some crazy times.
We
Oh man.
definitely, there were some miserable days filming out in the South Dakota heat in June.
Yep.
And you were in a
That first day.
jacket.
Ooh. Yes, I was in a jacket the whole time, except when I played a decay. But other than that, I was in a jacket the whole time.
I think for the back half of filming, I was in 2 layers. I had the white shirt and the blue shirt.
That is true. That is true.
But
Oh, man.
did that turn out how you thought it would?
I was like, when like, well, like another thing when you first brought it up, I was like, man, like zombie movies, like you have to like those zombies like look super messed up, and I was like, how are we gonna pull this off? Because like you see like other zombie movies, there's like their faces like hanging off, and like they're like just like everything is out, but it's like
Mhm.
of course we didn't get that much into detail, but hey,
Oh yeah,
we did the
definitely
best with what we
not.
could, and like I really thought for what we did, like it was amazing. Like
Mhm.
we definitely had the blood splatters and
Dude,
everything. That
you
was
you
good.
looked terrifying when you were a DK.
That
And
is
not
true. Hey,
yeah.
Sophie did a good job on my
Sophie
makeup when
killed
I was a
it.
decay. Hey, Tylee Baker, she helped out too. So
Like,
thanks to your sister and Tylee.
that was in the make Sophie killed it. Like, and I think
Sophie did good.
it was like the last episode when Big V's all messed up. That makeup was legit. Like with the
Yep,
bruising and like she even did like
bro.
because he got strangled, so she had like neck like finger marks on my neck from like that bruised.
Yep.
It was just
No, it
so
was
cool.
really cool. it was really cool to see her like as she like grow throughout. Because like the very first day, that first day when we did like the zombies and the decays, like she like is like we had like some other like makeup artists and stuff there, and like she was kind of asking them what to do. Then, but the next couple of days though, she's like, "All right, I got this."
Literally.
Like, she literally like she like stepped up a lot,
Yeah.
like each and every time she did makeup. So yeah,
And
she
then
did good.
there was that day with Rolly when he had all the bites on him, and she was going at that for like 2 hours.
For real.
Like, his bites.
Oh, you have to cut that point.
I'll cut that out. All right. That part was cut out for spoilers, but anyway, yeah. Sophie killed it with the makeup.
I forgot that part. But yeah, Rolly. Oh yeah, she did an amazing job doing Rolly's makeup.
And what else did she do that was really good? That was it.
Hey, there was Thaddeus's makeup.
Yes, I mean, we did like the gash on his head.
That was good. She did good on that one.
that day with Richard and everything was crazy.
Real, man. Dang. For like that whole day was like when I first read the script and I saw that was gonna happen, I was like, man, it's my brother. I was like, Jesus. For all of you that don't know, I have like my family's huge. And like I have 9 brothers and 1 sister. But I was just like when I was thinking about it, I was like, what if one of my brothers just like literally got killed by somebody right in front of me? I was like, that would be insane. And I'll admit, it's like, oh man, I try to do my best acting that one out, but like, there's definitely someone that could have done a better job than me. That's for sure.
Fine, I know exactly how you feel because obviously we had the scene with Big B and Lauren, who was played by the lovely Kelsey Herman, and that was, dude, that was so emotionally grueling. It was on me.
I'm like, for real, like I lost a brother, but like as you as a father, like that's your family. Like you lost it all. So I was just like,
and that was like it's kind of hard for me to get into that mindset because obviously I don't have a kid. So I gotta do what actors do and play pretend. And I was like, what can I like, how do I get in this mindset? Like, so like I honestly almost like almost envision like losing a dog, and I'm not trying to compare kids to dogs, but like
oh man,
that's like the closest thing I would be able to get to right now.
That's what you connect with. Yeah, that's true. Yep.
And I think and you can almost tell in my performance, but it was easier for me to emotionally connect to losing a wife than it was to losing a kid, because obviously I'm married.
Yeah.
No, but like because I can almost relate to that, like having like it's a girlfriend or whatever, and then hey, she's dead.
Thank you.
So, I know how you feel, but I did not envy you for those scenes. Because like for Big, he had to act shocked or whatever, but like that's your brother getting his face caved in with a hammer.
Sticking 20 times with a hammer. Yep.
I was literally so into the scene, I forgot to say cut.
That's true, man. Like when you film that, you're just like,
and I'm gonna release the behind the scenes clip, and in that is the entire raw clip and exactly how long he went. He went way longer than what was in the final movie.
For real. No, Rolly did good on that one. He's just after that, he's just like, I just kept on going until I heard cut.
And he's like, I got.
Willie
And
was the
like,
best, man.
he was going for like the puddles. I think he said when he saw the blood puddles after the. But we had
That's true.
we had a Ziploc bag full of fake blood, and we poked some holes in it, and that's what he was hitting. And obviously,
Yep.
you can only hit
And we
that
did
so many
that for
times
both
before it's
teams.
empty. And
Yep.
so I guess he said he was just going for the blood, puddles and everything, and those were just spraying up.
And that blood splattered. Like we were looking
Yeah,
around the shed there, that little garage, and like it was like there was some splatters more than 6 feet away.
it's
It was
still in there. Because I work out in that garage, and there's still blood on like the ceiling and the walls and
Yep,
everything.
there was on the ceiling. Yep. Oh man.
I
Nah,
think
that was
blood got on the
crazy.
camera, like not on the lens, but like on like the camera.
Oh, I didn't catch that one.
No,
That's pretty
I didn't
funny.
catch it till we were done. I was like, we were like,
What's on here?
I was like sitting down and cleaning everything because obviously it was like dusty and bloody and just gross. So I had to sit down. I had to take apart Bigby's revolver and put it back together because there was just so much dust and rocks in it, which was awful.
Oh, yeah. That gun got thrown around quite.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, Decays was such a cool project, and I am. You know what? We'll announce this now. This is my production company. I'll say an announcement.
So, all
I
right.
am
Okay.
so excited to go more in depth with it, with our live commentary live stream this Halloween. So the two of us, Thaddeus and Sophie, we're all gonna meet up here. We're gonna sit down and watch Decays live and just talk about it, do a commentary, take questions and everything. It's gonna be great. Figured most people aren't gonna have much to do on Halloween, so I kind of want to put out some media that you could sit down and watch with your family.
With your fans.
And just watch Decays with us, be like a watch party. I'm thinking I don't know the logistics of it yet, but I'm thinking the live stream Decays will be on the screen and we'll kind of be like in like a bottom corner, kind of like let's play style. But I also might just like have it just be us and then kind of have like a countdown with the audience, like 3, 2, 1, start. But I also don't that anticipates people joining at the beginning and then staying with it. Some people might come in late. What words? So what? And so I'll probably just do the on screen as well.
I think that would be fine.
Yeah,
I think that'd be good.
So yeah, be on the lookout for that this Halloween.
No, I'm excited for that. Oh man,
because I can't go trick or treating, so we're gonna just watch a movie.
Hey, I'm still gonna be dressed up.
I will also be dressed up. I'm just gonna dress up as Bigby. Just kidding.
We telling people what we're doing.
We're gonna hold off on the costumes.
Okay, y'all be excited.
It's gonna be dope.
It will be.
Because as much as I want to keep talking about Decays, I really want to save a lot of that conversation for the live stream.
No, that makes total sense.
Because there's so much to talk about and everything. And I think we're like scratching the surface with talking about Richard and all that stuff.
Oh man. Yeah, some of those times. Well, like since this won't be in the actual like commentary, we might bring it up in there too. But
we'll probably bring it up.
There's that time where like we filmed we had Sophie like try to walk backwards as we were walking.
So part 4, which was the part in the van, it wasn't written to be in a van. It was written just to have the 3 characters walking on that dirt road, and then they have that conversation. And we shot and attempted this, but Sophie, bless her fucking heart, just could not keep the camera steady, walking backwards. And it was hot and miserable that day. We all weren't having a good time. So
hey, we all tried to hold that camera, but like it was not.
And
I don't think any of us got.
No, but like we finished, and I was like, "Oh, I guess
Yep.
that's it." And I took the footage home and then started editing, and it was awful. So I was like, okay, we need to rethink this approach. So that's when we did the van. That also wasn't our first location either. We filmed it somewhere else,
Nope.
and that place
So
didn't
like,
work either.
bro, well, everybody just like picture like walking backwards with like a camera. You're trying to hold steady, but we were in prairie grass. We were literally like long grass and like.
Yeah, that was.
It was bad.
So I'm very glad we settled on just they find a van and they search it, and they have that
Hey,
conversation.
that was our van, Allen van.
The
Yep.
Allen Mobile. Yeah,
And the big van in the back, that blame my mom for that. That was my mom.
yeah. The Decays is like, I don't know. That was cool. I'm very excited. Definitely go in more depth on this project.
Oh yeah.
On Halloween. Maybe me and Thaddeus will talk about some stuff whenever we meet. Spoilers for a future guest on this show. And so I guess we've gone through all the questions I have. Do you have anything for me? Do you want to talk about anything that we maybe didn't cover? Obviously, this will not be your last time on the show. We will have more to talk about as the months progress.
Okay. I guess one question. I guess you as like the director / actor, co-actor, well, all your roles, as editor and everything. What could I do better as an actor for a future like Blue Phoenix 3?
You're gonna lay this on me now.
Yes.
And you're not gonna get your feelings hurt, right?
Bring it on me. I'm
Good,
not. Hey,
because
this
you
is like
suck.
free.
Okay. For me, and this won't be as much of a problem in Blue Phoenix 3. But I guess there's some stuff we're working on that this might be a problem. I feel like too much of you and your personality translates over to your characters, if that makes any sense.
No, I could see that. I was like, Norman was definitely like, it would definitely be like me, basically.
Because
It would have been.
I wrote Norman, he was a bit more stoic and kind of like more serious. And then you definitely added elements of your own personality, which worked. But like, there's definitely some parts where that won't work, you know?
It won't work. That's true.
And
I definitely.
Blue Phoenix 3, you don't have to worry about that because you're basically like Thaddeus. You're just playing yourself.
That's true. That's true.
But like, and correct me if I'm wrong, I would like to think that next to none of my personality carried over into Bigby. Like Bigby was like, he was serious, he talked like this. And he was just like,
you were definitely, you were definitely
like, did maybe like some elements carried over? Like, and we'll talk about this again in the commentary. But we had this kind of like running joke that Bigby really likes pears. And so in at part 3, he sees that Norman and Steven have some pears, so they give them to him. And in part 6, they're searching that bag, and Steven pulls out a can of pears. Bigby reaches over and grabs it. And I think that's just like a comedic element that I added, like on the spot. But I think the most of my personality came out in Bigby was almost in the flashbacks. Because obviously in like the main story, he's lost his kid and wife and everything, so he's like this hardened shell of a man.
Yeah, that's true.
And where he was more open and everything in the flashbacks, he hasn't seen that loss yet.
Yo,
But yeah, that would be my only note for you, is to kind
that
of
is
separate yourselves from your characters
very true. Like
when necessary.
like I really take that feedback. Like I feel like, cause like I'll admit, like when I was like like trying to memorize lines and stuff like that, like I was more like focused on the lines. But like I remember like he would say like, man, like man, Brandon, he went all out. Like when we were on our way to go film, where he like not where we'll put both the flashback and the time where we're on that dirt road and he did his long monologue about his family. He was telling like Norman about it. Man, I remember that you had your headphones in, like you were listening to like your sad music and stuff, and like you were like you got like
Dude,
you're getting in the mood.
I was getting in the zone because I was like, this needs to
You
be
were literally
legit.
getting in the zone. And like I feel like for myself, like yeah, like I was thinking about like my brother dying and stuff, but like I definitely I wasn't preparing myself for that zone.
Mhm.
So yeah, like I definitely need to read it, not just to memorize the lines, but to like really picture like what would that actor think during this time with all the situations happening.
Mhm.
So no, that's very thank you for that feedback.
Of course.
Thank you.
And like, there's definitely there's more than there are not, but there's definitely so many scenes I could just jump into, you know, with no like, not a lot of prep. But
Yeah.
both that scene with the monologue and then the flashback scenes were just so emotionally charged and required a lot from me as an actor that I really needed to like get into that headspace of like, my wife and child are dead. So,
Yeah.
but everything else
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like, I'm a survivor, and I'm a no nonsense survivor. You look at me funny, I will kill you. Which is
Bro.
just how I am in Walmart. So it wasn't that big of a departure, you know? It didn't take too much prep.
Yo. Yo. Oh man.
But
For real
I
though.
definitely, and obviously we won't say exactly what it is, but there's definitely a role you are going to have in the future that's really going to require you to separate you and this
Yeah.
character.
No,
A
for sure.
little hint right there.
Yeah. Also, I guess I'm just gonna say this isn't a question for you, but like just kind of dive into the Norman character. Like me personally, I do not like to curse or say swear words or anything like that. So like I remember Brandon, he was telling me about the script. Is like, man, like I put like OGs and all. You've like put so many of those in there just because. And like I really thank you for that, for allowing me to be part of that.
Of
And
course.
but yeah, so like I always thought that was funny. Every time I saw like OGs or something, I was like, man, Brandon got me.
I knew, like, I almost like figured out, like, if I give him a script where his character is swearing in every sentence, he's not gonna want to do it. I'll have to kind of
No, man.
PG-13 Norman.
I would have to like, dang, like I would have to really think about it.
Yeah, and we do get close, right? Because I knew this would be a great bit for anyone who just knows you. Is
Yeah.
when you get attacked by the Decay in the basement, and Norman goes, "Son of a," and then he gets attacked.
Yeah.
It was the closest we
Yep.
got to you swearing, and I think it's so funny.
No, I think that's like when you did that. I don't know if like people know this movie, but like I think of like, have you watched the A-Team?
Yes.
There's that guy that always says like, "Adios, mother," and like the F word it gets like bleeped out every time with an
Mhm.
explosion or with something. So I thought of that right when I saw that. I was like, "Hey."
So I was like, how can I make him cuss but not cuss? You know?
That's true. Yep. Yeah, I think out loud, like only one person has heard me full out cuss.
Is that me?
Yes, it was you.
So
Stupidest reason ever.
story time. This so we were driving somewhere. I think we were going to a game or something. I don't remember.
I thought we're going to the movies. I thought
We're
we're
going
going
to
to
the
Valentine's.
movies. Okay. Going to the movies, and I get a text from a good friend, Lacey Halligan,
Yep, it
and
was Decays.
it's some kind of text, and she says "fuck" in it. For I don't remember specifically what it was. And I was like, that's funny. And so I show it to Jesse, and then he kind of like reads it under his breath. It's like, fuck. And I was like, and then I was like, only half listening, so I was like, did he just say fuck? Like, huh? And then honestly, you didn't like really react or anything, so I was like, okay, I must have just heard it. And then and this is what gave it away. As you're driving, you went. He just gave me this look, and I was like, no way, he said it.
Yeah. To everyone else, this may not seem like a big deal, but like for me, it's a big deal.
Insane. I made my sophomore year.
Man, that made your year.
Listen, sophomore year was an awful year. So hearing you cuss like that was it, you know.
All right, well now I know what to do if you're super sad.
Hey, Brandon, fuck.
Oh man, no, I probably still wouldn't do that, but I might text it to you. I'll text it to you.
It's a random fuck from Jesse. Like, it's not the same.
I had a friend of mine text this. No, I'm just kidding. Oh man, that was stupid, but yeah, that was fun.
That was a time. Feels so long ago.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm out of questions. I think you're out of questions.
Basically. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that will be the end of episode 1 of Convos with the Cast. Thank you so much for coming on, Jesse. This was a good conversation.
Oh yeah.
Look forward to bringing you back. Maybe talking some Blue Phoenix 3 in the future. Maybe get a brother of yours in here or something. I don't know. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So yeah, thanks for coming out, Jesse. And thanks all of you for listening and or watching.